Greetings, YouTube. Time for another bargain video. Now this is going to be a little odd and a little less structured than some of the ones I do, because I have a very large object in the room which is making this filming a little difficult, which will be in the video in a later section. So forgive if my angles are not perfect. I'm just kind of crowded at the moment. So we're going to start out with media as I normally do. We have Inanimate: The Secret Way for the Changeling. The Dreaming from White Wolf. I picked it up for $1 at a thrift shop. They've been putting these things out a little bit at a time. I gotta say that if they got more of them so I can get them all at once. Then we have The Hobbit: The Unexpected Journey official movie guide. My wife was a big fan of that particular series. I watched it. Then we have a biography of Sammy Davis Jr. in black and white, The Life of Sammy Davis Jr. by Will Haygood. And this particular copy is signed by the author, and I picked this up at a discount section on a thrift shop, so I paid like 25 or 30 cents for that. It's got a foreword by Denzel Washington, so I'm hoping that means it's good. We'll find out. And we have The Man Who Planted Trees, which has some beautiful woodcuts. I got that for my wife. I've seen the animated version of this. I've never looked at the book itself. Then we have some books. We have here we have The Kitchen Con, writing on the restaurant racket. We have My Horizontal Life, a collection of one-night stands by Chelsea Handler. And we have some DVDs. We have Cannonball Run, which has commentary in it, which is why I bought it. Then we have 3 brand new movies, which I paid $4 for this one, From Russia with Love. Then we have Homefront with Jason Statham, more of my fixation apparently. Then we have Pierce Brosnan in November Man, the November Man, sorry. I haven't seen that one at all yet. I haven't seen Homefront either, and I haven't seen From Russia with Love in ages. Then we have a Camillus machete. This is the Carnivore, and while the price tag says $12.99, I paid $11.04. I have no idea why I paid $11.04. Didn't fight it. Then we have a giant aluminum knife. This is going to hang on my wall in my entryway. I picked that up at a TJ Maxx for $5. Just cracked me up. I had to own it. And then we have this folding magnifier. This folds up till it's flat, so this flips that way, and that one flips this way. So it all folds up to a very small container, and it's got measurements down here. So I think it was originally designed for actual film, like people editing film. I'm not positive. I picked it up for $3 at a thrift shop, and I'm thinking maybe can I use that for my filming? Mount my camera here, pointing down, and then put the object inside. I'm going to try that. I haven't tried it yet. Then we have some kind of strange medical scope. I picked that up at an estate sale. We have this very large weight, which weighs approximately 20 pounds. I think originally it may have weighed exactly 20 pounds. Those marks in it, I think, are helping to balance at exact 20 pounds. I think it originally was something that you screwed onto a shaft for balancing something, so it was a scale weight. So I think it is. Haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it. I picked it up for a yard sale for $1. Then we have this flashlight here, which has a bendy neck and a magnetic base. No review on that one yet. I picked that up for, I think, $5 at Big Lots, I think it was. Then we have this little cheap $1 flashlight I picked up, and it's from Ozark Trail, the Walmart brand. And I've really been impressed by the Walmart brand's flashlight, so I picked this up just to see how it works. Then we have this awesome bell, and this thing is huge. Look at the size of this thing in comparison to my hand. It's massive. It's the size of an apple. And it's got a good sound. We got a good price on that one, it was $20 for that. You may think that's a lot for a bell that size. It isn't. I got myself a brass fish. I have no idea why I have a brass fish. It just made me smile. And then I had seen something online about this special paper holding device that had like a spherical magnet, and it was all high tech and stuff. And I was playing with an idea of, can I make one of those? And I bumped into this at a thrift shop for 50 cents. And I'm like, this will hold pages for me vertically without having to spend money on much. For 50 cents, this could probably do everything I need. So I'm going to give it a try, and it's a brilliant pink, which kind of makes me smile. Okay, on to section 2. All right, section 2. First thing we have right in front of you are wool dryer balls. You use these instead of fabric softening sheets. You put, I'm probably not going to put all 6 of these in the dryer at once. I'll probably put 4 in there. It seems to give it a lot of action. I've got some in there now. I've got 3 and a golf and a tennis ball, because 3 wasn't cutting it, so 4 works well. And I want to give those a rest. Maybe see about cleaning them. I think there's a process for helping to delint them, but they do help with lint, and they help with softening. So they just bounce around and beat your clothing up, and they're 100% natural. They're wool, and I really happen to like them. My sister sent me this set of 6, so I'll be swapping out the ones I've got in there. Then we have this awesome tin, and this is from the Holland. It's called the Holland Treasure Chest, and it is from NV Biscuit something. It's from Holland, Victoria. Yeah, Victoria, I think it is. I paid $3 for that. Just an awesome. I'll use that for a gift of some variety. It's just really cool. Speaking of gifts, we have light up owls. My wife got those for Yule. That's cool. Then we have a Sony BDPS 5500 Blu-ray player. We've been thinking of upgrading to a Blu-ray player, so my mom asked me what I wanted for Christmas. So I said this, and I gave her a very specific model. And this thing streams YouTube and Pandora, plus a number of other things, but YouTube and Pandora are pretty much the only thing that we use it for, other than watching DVDs. So we were able to get rid of my television, 27-inch television. We were able to get rid of my Roku, my DVD player, and we finally got rid of my VCR, because we're not going to be able to use it with the new television, because we had to buy a new television, because this thing is geared to hooking up only with an HDMI cable, and my old 27-inch CRT did not have an HDMI port. So this was free. But we ended up buying a television, but I had gotten some money for Christmas, so it cost us very little to buy a new television. So now I have a 32-inch flat screen, which is better picture, better sound, much lighter. The CRT we have it's a 2-person carry. It weighs like 80 pounds. It's not light. So I'm really happy to get that out of there and have a lighter that either of us can move without any difficulty. And it's got multiple HDMI ports, so we can use that. And just the ability to stream things through it with an internet connection is just really helpful. Then we have a card holder, it's for holding gift cards, and I'm planning for next season. Then we have this glass cat, which is I'm going to go hang it in the window. It's really cool looking. I like that. I paid $2 for that. Then we have a dive knife. This is from Decor Sport, and I've looked online and I can't find this particular model. I can find other ones that are black, but this has a translucent smoked plastic sheath, and I can't find any of this particular model. So anybody who knows anything about dive knives can tell me, how old this thing is and stuff. That'd be cool, because there's almost no markings on this thing at all. It just says stainless steel. Then we have a Radio Shack Power Beam 5 made in USA, and I've converted it to LED. So that's cool. Uses 5D cells. And I actually found myself in the need of a large regular head screwdriver recently. I figured if I'm going to need one and keep it in the house, I might as well go vintage. So I got this one at an antique shop. And we have this little basket, which seems like a strange thing for me to buy, but I paid like 30 cents for it. And I need to wrangle up some cleaning supplies in my laundry area. Then we have this, which is a toffee hammer from McGowan's. Apparently it's worth like 12 or 13 bucks. I paid $2 for it. It just made me smile, this little tiny hammer, ding, 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 for cracking up your toffee. Then we have this ceramic container, which kind of fell into like so ugly I found it attractive category. I kind of like the crescent moon shape. But what's interesting is the inside is incredibly well done. Very even. So the outside was done intentionally. So this was intentionally made to look primitive. And I'm going to use this as a tea caddy to hold my tea bags. Okay, sally forth. I have some tops. I purchased this for myself. It's a Dickies brand hooded sweatshirt with a zipper. Got this one, which is from Outdoor Life. It's got kind of a nice maroon color on the outside. It's got a fake fleece lining like this, and that's for me. I picked that up myself. I'm wearing a work gear top my wife bought me, or she bought for her grandmother as a gift to me. Her grandmother's 100, so she doesn't get a lot. Then we have some goofy socks my wife got. I have this awesome hat from Fur Headgear, which is really quite comfortable. It's got fleece lining, but the tag said Mr. Happy, so I'm keeping the tag. It made me smile. Then we have these hat boxes. My wife's been looking for a hat box. I found these at the bargain section of a thrift shop. So I paid like 30 cents for these 3 boxes. They're in excellent condition. They smell like mothballs, but I don't care. So I'm hoping that at least one of them will fit the hat my wife needs to store. And I know I have hats that I can store in them as well. So we'll use the hats, throw probably some desiccant packs or something in there, then put them into storage. But they're in excellent condition. They're quite heavy gauge. They're just cardboard, but they're pretty heavy gauge, though they are very ugly. Then we have medical supplies. My sister is a nurse practitioner, which means that she is one step below a doctor. And so she sent me medical supply because she said, we got a bunch of stuff we got to get rid of. What do you want? So I got some hydrogel wound dressing. I have a waterproof dressing. I have some moleskin, very helpful. I have a whole lot of tape, which is awesome because I'm currently treating a ulcer. I got 3 entire packs of these gauze pads. Awesome, just so helpful to have around, and I've got enough to last forever now. My wife got a pair of darn tough striped socks. She loves striped socks, and purples. She loves purple, and this is the best brand of sock I've ever owned. And I got some darn tough socks. These are maroon and orange and kind of a grayish green, slate maybe. I got 4 of these, which is awesome, and I'm actually wearing a pair of them right now. And then we have this. This right here is my best find of the week. This is a all-American, made in America toolbox, and I got this off of Craigslist, and I bought it from a guy for 11 bucks, and it came with tools in it. Now, this has a top. I need to finish cleaning it out and clean it, but I'm never going to use the top. I'm going to put my toolbox on top of this. I got this strictly so I could have these drawers. So I still need to clean the thing out. It needs to be cleaned. So I do have a use for those. One of those eye hooks right now. Awesome. And I now have a Fram wrench, which I didn't own. So for 11 bucks, I got lots of stuff that is worth way more than 11 bucks. Somebody just wanted to get rid of it. Now I threw a bunch of this stuff away because it was just crap. But this box is a box full of things that aren't crap, that I don't want. So I'm going to be donating these to charity. I'm going to donate them to Goodwill, so somebody else can get some use out of these things. And a lot of this stuff is made in America. I was quite surprised. It's a fairly old, somewhat older tools, like this wrench. There's a number of wrenches in there on that older style. So that's kind of cool. So I'll be giving this box away and taking all the tools out that I've already taken out, made this thing a whole lot lighter. Getting this into my house was a pain in the butt. It was not light. I had to carry it out of a basement too, and at the moment I have an ulcer on my foot, so I got this stupid shoe that makes it walking difficult. So I'm lugging this out of a basement, then to my car, then from my car up to the 2nd floor and get it in here. But now I need to clean up my toolbox, get the top clean so I can put this up there. I'll put some non-skid padding on this, and I'll put my toolbox on top of that because I want this for these 4 drawers, mostly because this is a great little saw, by the way, and it's got a oops, I can get this open with one hand. I don't know if I can get this open with one hand. It's got a carbide blade, so it's a really useful tool. I don't know why the guy didn't keep it, but he didn't. So I'm going to line these things, and I want these 2 top trays for the tools I access the most, which are my screwdrivers, my nut drivers, and my wrenches. Adjustable wrench, channel locks, vice grips, wire cutters. Because at the moment, there's not a lot of room in my toolbox, and you have to open the top to unleash the lock. These will open with the top closed. So awesome. So I'm just going to use this as a place to put my toolbox. I get 4 drawers that are much bigger than the ones I have now. It's the same width, but it's much deeper. So that's cool. And for $11, how can you lose? Yeah, it's in a slightly rough condition, but who cares? And it's got a sticker on the side, which made me smile. Got science! And you'll be able to see that. You'll be able to see that when you walk in the room once I get this on my toolbox, because I store my toolbox in my office, because that's where I access it most. My house is somewhat unconventional. So there you go, folks. It's a long and rambly video, and this is just an awesome find off of Craigslist for $11. Now I have to go put a listing on Craigslist for all the electronic stuff that I no longer need.